Shooby-doo-doo. Shooby-doo-doo. It's the midday Q&A. It's a midday Q&A. All right, we're going to let the list populate. Let the list populate. It's the midday Q&A, where you can ask me questions which you wish to ask me about things that you wish to know. Sport boxing. We're going to let it populate. It's the midday Q&A. Ow! Yeah, man. It's gorgeous day outside. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous out there. Yeah. All right, what's rocking Gatsby J? What's rocking JD? What's rocking George? Just gonna let the joint populate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. Gonna let it populate. All right. Ow! All right. All right. Hey, what's rocking Sean? What's rocking Mark? How much pop does a pop if a populate could pop your population? It's about 5. It's 6 in Australia below the equator, but north of the equator, it's about 5. Oteshi was good. John Dealey was good. JD was good. I would love to hear who you're picking. And, well, I'm going to put it to you this way, bro. I don't like to give preliminary predictions because it could change. But I'm looking at Kansu, and I'm looking at Kansu real fucking hard, man. I don't like to give preliminary predictions. I like to wait till the week of the fight till I'm completely comfortable with what I'm looking at. And, you know, I'm looking at Kansu. You know, I like what I see in that guy. One way or another, it's going to be a great fight. But what I'll tell you is, and this is not final, but I'm looking at Kansu, man. Looking at that guy. Hey, what's goody, James? What's goody, John? You know what I'm saying? Buried Rhythms was good. You know? Tim Nailing was good, man. Was good, man. I appreciate that, Gatsby. That's what we try to do. We try to be an air of positivity out here. You know what I'm saying? Try to be an air of positivity. But, you know, keep the questions coming, man. Keep the questions coming. I appreciate that, Boxing God. All right, let's talk about that. What's good, Ring? Is the Chisora? Well, this is the thing. It's not outright canceled, bro. It's not outright canceled. But I do see that Derek Chisora has been training in mixed martial arts. And that's supposed to be his contingency for the Usyk fight, that if the Usyk fight takes too goddamn long, Derek plans on fighting in the cage. But I'm going to say that I don't think that the fight is canceled. It's not. I haven't seen anybody say that the fight was canceled. It's delayed like everything else right now is delayed. And Derek's a smart guy. Derek's not stupid. You won't make the money in the cage that you make with Usyk on pay-per-view. So you better off waiting for that Usyk fight than worrying about going in the cage, because if you get beat up in that cage, those injuries are going to be injuries you carry with you in the squared circle, and it's not worth it. You're not going to make the money in the octagon that you make in the boxing ring. And Derek, at this point, he's after paydays. Brook versus Crawford. I have Crawford stopping Brook. I do. I have Crawford negating Brook's trademark 1-2 behind the southpaw stance. I feel Crawford would come out southpaw so that his jab would come over the top of Kells. I don't think that Kell's going to have the same success landing the jab that he had with Errol. If you go back and you watch the Errol Spence fight, Brook was actually landing that jab, which is bizarre because they both got the same proportions, more or less. But Errol Spence being a southpaw, his jab should have been coming over the top of Brook's, and a lot of times it wasn't. With Crawford, a hero, an American folk hero, I don't think Brook would have that success. I see Crawford stopping Brook in about maybe 6 or 7 rounds, maybe less. I appreciate that, JD. Who are some prospects, men's and women's boxing, that you find underrated? I find Virgil Ortiz grossly underrated. Boots is underrated. But the reason I bring up Virgil Ortiz, like Boots is underrated, you know. Well, I'm not going to say he's underrated. He's getting the amount of promotion right now that you expect a guy to get. But the reason I think that Virgil Ortiz is underrated is because he has some solid wins already for a prospect. But people spend more time talking about Ryan Garcia and what's going on with him than Virgil. That Virgil stopped the maestro. You know what I'm saying? He stopped the maestro. He stopped Orozco. Those is solid wins for a prospect, bro. Ellis, yeah, he's another one. He's good. But see, remember what the context is, bro. If you're saying that underrated, that's basically saying that the prospect is not getting the level of attention that they should be getting. Whereas I think Ellis is getting the level of attention that he should be getting, but I don't think that Virgil is getting that same attention. And because he has solid wins over solid fighters, that's why you could say that he's underrated. Because it's like, yo, this kid, he not just beating up the kind of guys he's supposed to beat up, you understand? He's beating up some guys. It's like, yo, you look ready, bro. You look ready. Exactly, IBT. Virgil has a contender resume, but he's just a prospect. Now, a prospect that I think is overrated is Josh Kelly. Like, I wish him nothing but the best. But for the buzz that he came out with, he's not living up to expectations. He's just not. I was rocking low key New York. Yeah, I know he's a more commercial guy, Sean, but I mean, you tell me, if you look at the solid fighters that they both fought and how they both looked, I don't got nothing against Ryan Garcia. God bless him and his family. I'm saying that, all right, well, you know, what Virgil is doing impresses me more in a nuts and bolts kind of way than what I've been seeing from Ryan. That don't mean that Ryan's bad. That's just saying that, like, yo, Virgil legit looks ready. Like, that kid looked ready to go. I think Brook may give Crawford problems. I don't see it that way, Ahmed. I just don't, because I happen to think that Crawford is actually better out of the southpaw stance than Errol Spence. Brook looked solid against Spence, but I don't see him having that success with Crawford. I think that Crawford's going to slow the fight down. I think that Brook would try to start off strong. He'd come out strong. Crawford is slow the fight down, picking him apart from the outside. And Crawford's going to do what he does, download the information for about 2 to 3 rounds. Then in the mid rounds, he's going to take over. He's going to hurt him out of the southpaw stance and outbox him. Then when he finally has his man hurt, he's going to switch off the orthodox and kill him with right hands. I don't see that fight going well for Kell Brook. I don't. Chris Colbert, he's a good fighter. I like Chris Colbert. He's a good fighter. What do you think of Mutajan? I like MJ. I really like MJ. And it's the funniest thing, Nicholas, because I just read an article where Ray Vargas says that he wants to unify. Okay, you only got 2 guys you could unify with, bro. You could unify with Navarrete, and I'm not holding my breath for that. And then you got MJ. MJ has the other 2 belts, bro. It's either or. Either you gonna fight Navarrete or you gonna fight MJ. You ask me, I don't think Ray Vargas really means what he's saying. But I like MJ. He impressed me. He impressed me with Daniel in that Daniel Roman fight. I want to see more of that kid. Brook versus Crawford is not official, Michael. It's not official. Charles Conwell, not familiar with him. I think Amir Khan has a crush on Kell Brook, and yeah, I was going to say that. I think Kell Brook has a crush on Amir Khan. Black. I like that fight. I like that fight. But Honestly, out of Blair Cobbs and Josh Kelly, it depends on the venue. Josh Kelly can win ugly against Blair Cobbs in the United Kingdom. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest. The venue matters. And Josh Kelly can win ugly against Blair Cobbs if it's in the UK. What's your thoughts on Melikuziev is all right. I've seen Madrimov. I really like Madrimov. Akhmadaliev, love the kid. Love the kid. He great dancer. Great fucking dance. We just talked about MJ. Abdukakarov, I gotta watch him. I haven't seen Abdukakarov. I gotta watch Abdukakarov and Glassov because Glassov is part of that he's part of that tournament at 175 for the WBO. So I gotta get a look at Glassov. Abdukakarov, I'm pretty sure he's still gonna be fighting Sergey Lipinets once boxing is back in full swing. And I gotta get a look at him. But that has the makings of a good fight. Any of these guys, they got a lot of consonants in their name, like Lipinets and Abdukakarov. Trust me, it's going to be a punch-up. Yeah, I do see it happening in December, Otesi. I do. I think it will happen in December. At some point, they're going to have to bite the bullet. That's the thing, Otesi. At some point, they're going to have to say, look, we can't wait anymore, and we got to put on this fight. And our best bet is the pay-per-view buys. You know, that if they still... And I think they're going to be able to have audiences by that time, believe it or not. By the time December gets here, I think you're going to be able to stage big fights. By the end of the year, I think you'll be able to stage big fights. Now, Johnny Beck is all right. I seen him 1 or 2 times. Johnny Beck is all right. Johnny Beck is all right. I got Bobby Juarez. I did my prediction for that a minute ago. I got Bobby Juarez. God bless Jackie Nava. No offense. But Barbie's aging much better in terms of her reflexes, her sharpness, her timing. The last time I seen Jackie, I remember thinking, Jackie's starting to look her age. Barbie's still out here beating girls that's 10 years younger than her. She beat Bonita Fernandez, the cute girl. She embarrassed her, bro, and she had fun doing it. I love Bobby Juarez. Shout out to Bobby Juarez. Happy Juneteenth to you too, AJ. Well, he's got 2 steel plates now, D Hodges. Remember that didn't they put like steel plates on his eye sockets? No, I think Roman has hit a ceiling, Nicholas. I can't see him going up any more than that. It would be dangerous. I think he's hit a ceiling, and I think that he's maybe 2 to 3 fights away from retiring. That if he has the Estrada fight and he wins the Estrada fight, I could see him sticking around for maybe 2, 3 more fights. But if he loses that fight, I think he retires. The R rate in Birmingham is now below 1. The virus is passing, and they have found a drug that treats. Oh, that's what's up, John Daly. I'm very glad to hear that because I haven't even really been keeping up with the news as far as the virus. But my spider sense is telling me that by the time December gets here, you're going to see. I think it could be by the time September gets here, late September. I think by late September, you're going to be able to fill big venues with people, I think. We still got July. We still got August. By the time it's late September, like, September 15th to the 20th, I think you're going to be able to stage cards with audiences. That was good, Intangible. Yeah, Cal Brook has, y'all remember Kano from Mortal Kombat? That he had like a metal plate over his eye? That's what's going on with Cal Brook, man. Pretty soon he's going to be able to shoot lasers out of that thing. I don't. In all honesty, I don't. Well, look. All right, I'm gonna break it down for you. I have 2 sides of my brain. One is logical, one is not. I'm a God-fearing person. So me being a God-fearing person, I always think it's the end times. But at the same time, the logical part of me feels that the bubonic plague was worse than this. I mean, all things considered. The Spanish flu in the 1920s, I believe it was, actually claimed more lives than this, didn't it? So, you know, this is just a cycle. This happens cyclically in human history, and this is just another chapter of that. No, Brook's got a great chin, man. You know, you got to give it to Kell Brook. He takes a fantastic punch. He really does take a fantastic punch. You watch Golovkin versus Dominic Wade and how Dominic Wade just crumbled. You watch Golovkin versus Vanez and how Vanez just crumbled. And these are naturally bigger guys than Kell Brook. They're bigger guys than Kell. But Kell takes a fantastic shot. You got to give it to him. He took them. He took a beating, a sensational beating. Oh my God, Bermain Stavern versus Charles Martin. God, I'd pay to not see that. I'd pay to be able to be there and face the wall. Like, I don't want to watch that goddamn fight. Why is Ryan Garcia acting as he is a star or champion turning down money and dates? Because of the social media following, bro. That's why he doing that. And it's like, I understand it. Having 4 million subscribers, for example, on Instagram, that's 4 million people that know you. And having that many subscribers on social media, it actually gets you sponsors. It gets you sponsors. So from where Ryan Garcia is sitting, there's 4 million people that follow me that know who I am. But on the other end of the spectrum, remember, it don't cost nobody money to follow you on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, anybody could follow you on Instagram because it's free. At the end of the day, can you sell tickets? Because that's the name of the game. You can have 10 million followers on Instagram. It don't cost them no money to follow you on Instagram. But if you try to sell a fight, can you do that? You see what I'm saying? That's why he acting like he a star already. That's really what it is. Because if you look at his Twitter, he don't have the same number of followers on Twitter that he has on Instagram. And I'm not sure about his YouTube channel, because I believe he has a YouTube channel. I think he has a good amount of subscribers, but not 4 million, you know? Oh, yeah, I can't wait for Joyce versus Dubois, too, man. That's going to be a great fight. That is going to be a great fight. Adrian Broner will be undisputed. Oh, man. How big of a threat is he's not a threat at all, Nicholas. I'm quite comfortable picking Regis Prograis to be the first to stop Adrian Broner. I'm quite comfortable with that. I'm quite comfortable picking Regis to win the fight, but I'll go as far as saying that I think Regis would stop him. Broner is that dude there. Like, how many times has he gotten the benefit of the doubt and disappointed everyone? Come on, man. Wow, really, Andy? 1% of the world for the Spanish flu, whereas, wow, bro, 40%. That's crazy, man. Canelo Alvarez, bro. That's not even a question. Canelo Alvarez. Are you serious? Look, you saw Errol Spence in there with Mikey Garcia, and he was having his way with Mikey Garcia. Like, he was landing at will, but he didn't have enough power to stop him or drop him. So why would he be able to do anything with Canelo? Canelo would rape that kid, man. He'd beat the brakes off him. And I'm not a Canelo fan, all right? It's a common sense argument. If you could go 12 rounds without dropping a guy from 135 who just came up to 47, if you could go 12 rounds with that dude and can't score a knockdown, you have absolutely nothing for Canelo Alvarez. You have nothing. Nada. Canelo would kill that kid, man. He'd kill that kid. I think Regis would stop him, Intangible. I do. I think Regis would stop him. Broner gets a lot of this and that because he has such a great chin. But how do you think he's been keeping himself up here and now? Does this guy seem dedicated? Like, does he really see? Like, if he comes back, he's coming back to get stopped. He's coming back for a payday, yes, but he's also coming back to get stopped because at this point, that's the only goddamn thing he can sell. That nobody ever stopped me before. Nobody. Oh, well, big deal. You lose all your big fights. Luke Campbell, yeah, I'd pick Luke Campbell to beat Robert Easter. I'd pick Luke Campbell to beat Robert Easter. Yeah, man, he beats Valdez. He beats everybody, man. It's Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, maybe Errol could beat Canelo at beer pong. He ain't beating him in no boxing match. It's not. You're not looking at the whole situation, bro. You're not looking at the whole situation, IBT. Remember, you're asking Adrian Broner to make 140 as like, and look at how he looks now. You ask him to make 140. When is the last time he had a fight? Look at the time frame, bro. Look at how long it's been. He hasn't fought since the Pacquiao fight. How long ago was that? How is he looking? What's his physical condition? Has he been training? So if you ask this man to make 140 pounds here today and he makes it for Regis Prograis, Regis is going to stop him. Like, y'all still talking about Broner like it's the Broner that fought Maidana or like it's the Broner that fought Sean Porter. This is not that Broner. This is an inactive, fat Adrian Broner who has not been fighting and has already lost to Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. And when he lost to Manny Pacquiao, that was over a year ago, bro. This man has not had a fight going on 2 years. So if he comes back for Regis Prograis and he try to make 140, he's going to get stopped. What fair money Callum Smith can ask for Canelo right now? Right now, listen, bro. Right now, anybody that's looking to make $1 million or 2 to 3 million, you might as well wait because you're not going to get that. So, and you know that's what Callum wants, bro. You know, if Callum wants to fight Canelo, it's obviously for millions. Okay, then you better off waiting because they're not going to give you nothing like that right now. They not. You'll be lucky if you get $1 million for Canelo right now. You'll be lucky. I mean, why you think he hasn't come back yet? Because they don't want to waste him. And they know the kind of money that people want for a Canelo fight. Yeah, they have. It's go to Fight Hype, Box Watch. Go to Fight Hype. They got a video up there about it. They've been going back and forth for months. This ain't new. They've been going back and forth for months. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Mark. They look like Angelo Dundee. You know, Yardy has if he's gonna have that Sir Anthony fight, he better focus up because that ain't no gimme fight. If they still plan on going ahead with that fight, the Sir Anthony fight, whatever that was, he better focus up. A lot of guys that ain't supposed to lose is losing, bro. Focus up. If anything, don't have that goddamn fight. Yeah, Lyndon Arthur. That's what it would. Lyndon. I said Sir Anthony. Lyndon Arthur. I'm old. I'm older, right? I get to make mistakes. I agree with you, Michael Parks. I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that. I don't take it seriously either. I don't. Like I'm not expecting that fight to happen. I'm not. But I'm saying if it does, if Broner decides to come out of retirement for that fight, it's so that he could get stopped. Shout out to George. I appreciate that. Who do you think Spence beat on top level? I don't think he beats those guys up there, bro. If I'm being honest, right now, until Spence makes me a believer, I would probably pick Brian Castano to beat him at 154. I would pick Brian Castano to beat him at 154. Let alone the top guys. I would pick Brian to win that fight. I don't know what his condition is right now. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him until I see him and how he's holding up. If he look good and he look all right, like how he used to look, then we could talk. But I said the last Spence that I saw is a dude that got hurt to the body by Sean Porter. A lot of people must have forgot or act. Maybe they didn't see it, but I saw it. Sean Porter hit him with a body shot, and this dude, I never seen Errol Spence look like that before, ever. And then before that, you going 12 rounds with a lightweight. That's not encouraging for somebody that's going to 154. That's not like, what does that mean, bro? If you can't stop a damn lightweight, how the hell are you going to stop somebody at 54? I'll tell you what, Ronnie, that's not the craziest thing I ever heard. That ain't the craziest thing I ever heard. Yeah, Sean made him look bad, man. And Sean, look, I love Sean Porter. I love watching Sean Porter fight. But Sean Porter is not a power puncher. He not. So if he hit you to the body and you was hurting that much, it's because you falling apart, bro. You better get it together. I hope he get it together. We'll see. That's kind of true, Bob. I mean, like, and I talked about this already. The video that I did, they're like, yo, why are you looking at Caleb Plant and David Benavidez knowing damn good and well them fights ain't gonna happen? None of them fights is gonna happen, bro. Billy Joe Saunders is right there with you. Why don't you want to fight him, bro? Why don't you got time to look at Caleb Plant as if Caleb Plant is over here in America selling pay-per-views? You looking at Benavidez like he's doing any better. Billy Joe Saunders has a better resume than those guys. Yes, he does. He beat John Ryder before you did. He was the first to give Chris Eubank Jr. a L. He took Andy Lee's world title. He gave David Lemieux a boxing lesson. So all dick assery aside, Billy Joe Saunders has a better resume than Caleb Plant. He has a better resume than David Benavidez. Why are you not looking at him? It's like it's starting to look real crazy to me that like, yo, you telling me that you can acknowledge Caleb Plant, but you cannot acknowledge Billy Joe Saunders. Never was very high on Callum. I knew that Ryder was going to be tough, so never mind that. But he is too slow, too limited. Can't fight on the inside. Can't fight on the. He fights okay on the outside. Fights okay. I agree that he needs more inside game because that's what he's missing. Well, John, I'm gonna say I don't think that Joe's a bad trainer for what it's worth. I don't think Joe Gallagher's a bad trainer. I just think that I mean, he's gonna talk his shit. You know, he's gonna talk his shit. He's gonna that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite IFL interviews. Yes. When they asked him about that John Ryder fight, man. Ooh, he was mad. He was mad. But yeah, like don't sit there acknowledging. It's almost like, yo, I don't even really believe that he wants a Caleb Plant or David Benavidez fight. I kind of feel like he's saying those guys' names to distract people from asking him about Billy Joe Saunders. That's what I think that I really think that's what he's doing. Cause like, yo, bro, your people know about the politics of boxing the same as everybody else. They know that those are PBC fighters. They know you ain't gonna get that fight. Like, come on, man. Like, be real. You know what's going on. You know what time it is. So why you talking about them? That don't make sense. I think he's extremely limited. Who is the best boxers? Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, like I just feel like he's trying to distract people from asking him about Billy. That's honestly what I think is going on. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me you don't know who Billy Joe Saunders. Like, come on now. Like, it's silly for me to even have to say that. You know who Billy Joe Saunders is. You know where he fight at. You know y'all both matchroom fighters. You know he got a belt. If it's easy work, then show me that it's easy work. But the fact that you don't even talk about this cat, you don't even talk about this guy, it's crazy to me. And now they talking about R2 better beef. Yeah, right, bro. Bro, John Ryder was giving you fits. He was giving you fits. But you gonna fight R2? Come on, bro. Come on now. Don't stop being silly. Stop. I mean, I'm not high on either of them, but I'd go with Jermell just based on size. I'm not high on either of them. Perhaps, Ronnie, perhaps. That's true, Eparoquayo. That's a hard name to say, by the way. Hope he just loses whoever he fights next. Jacobs. I hope he fights Jacobs because he needs that kind of fight. I really like Smith versus Jacobs as a fight. Danny's better on the inside than Callum, but I think that Callum punches harder than Danny. Good fight. Real good fight. I really hope they make that fight, man. That'd be like a Christmas gift to me. I really like that fight, man. I was rocking with your sporting advantage. Sergey beats Charlo. Ooh. Yeah, better beef destroys Callum. Like, for God's sake, he destroyed Bozdik. Destroys Callum. Like, Callum's got to stop pussyfooting around, man. There's fights there. He's got to stop pussyfooting around. Get a Caleb Truax in the ring at least. Get Caleb Truax. Like, it's guys there that you could fight, bro. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. But yeah, man, he's got to stop pussyfooting around. It's not like it's not fights at 168. It's plenty of fights at 168. Fucking David Lemieux is at 168. You know what I want? David Lemieux and John Ryder was supposed to fight a while ago at 168, and I would love to see that fight. I favor John Ryder, by the way, but I can't count out my guy Lemieux. I think that's a great fight. I think somebody gets put in the hospital. I want to see that fight. Ryder versus Lemieux. I want to see that fight. I'd pick Benavidez, bro. Until Charlo shows me that he's good at 168, the natural choice is David Benavidez. It's the natural choice. Charlo ain't even been looking good at 160, so why would I pick him to beat Benavidez at 168? He ain't been looking good at 160. That could, but like I said, that could change. Maybe if he moves up in weight and he starts looking all right, like he used to look at 154, that would change my mind. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't really think so. Not unless they just keep putting him in there with stiffs. Ham and egg guys and tomato cans and shit like that. Yeah, he really hasn't. He really hasn't, John. He really hasn't. He hasn't shown me anything at 160. Not all of it is his fault, but hey, you could have took that Andre fight. You didn't want to do that. I don't want to hear nothing about the past, bro. If they offered you a multi-million-dollar payday here today to take that fight and you ain't take it, stop talking to me about some shit from 3-4 years ago. That's stupid. When they were supposed to fight and it wasn't even Jamal. It was Jermell that Andre was supposed to fight a couple of years ago. It wasn't Jamal. But either way, the fight that everybody loves to bring up is a fight that wasn't even worth $1 million. That's what everybody loves to. Oh, Andre pulled out, bro. That was years ago, and that fight wasn't even worth $1 million. If they offering Jamal a multi-million-dollar payday here today, Stop talking to me about some dumb shit from years ago. That don't even make sense. Ain't no excuse for you to turn down that kind of money here today. Ain't no excuse. And bringing up that shit, and that's not even Jamal, that's Jamel that they be talking about. You think Zerto was scared of David? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you because I don't really have a reason to disagree with you, and I don't really know where it's coming from. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he is. Yeah, Romer Angulo, that's actually a decent fight for Benavidez. That's a decent fight. That's the that upset Anthony Sims. I still like Anthony Sims as a prospect, by the way. I just think that he kind of let himself go between fights. Be posting pictures, smoking cigars and all of that. I'm like, he's bugging out. Like, you a prospect, bro. Put that cigar down. You're supposed to be smoking cigars. Because they don't think it's worth it, Teray. They don't think it's worth it. It's too much risk and not enough reward, even though it's kind of silly because if they offering people a $7 million payday to fight him, bro, there's your reward right there. $7 million. You don't want to fight him? A world title, $7 million. You don't want to, like, all right, you just scared then. We can't even call it high risk, low reward. The reward is right there, $7 million, which you don't be making, and another world title. That's because it's too soon for that, bro. That's because it's too soon for that. That fight, I don't like giving predictions too early because something could happen that would change my mind. So it's going to seem hypocritical if I say one thing now and then another thing later. That's what happened to me with Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux. There was a time when I thought, okay, Saunders wins. Then Saunders started pussyfooting around and looking like doodle. So I started thinking, all right, Lemieux might win. But then right before the fight, and the prediction video is still up, I'll post it. I could post it in the community part of the page for you after I get off. I picked Saunders to win. But I was going back and forth with that. Why? Because I made that prediction way before the fight happened. Benavidez versus Better Beef? Man, by the time one, that's top ranked PBC. So that already make me look at it like, nah, that shit ain't gonna happen. That fight is not gonna happen. I agree with you, Bob. I don't think that Ryan is being realistic. Shakur Stevenson got paid $400,000 for that fight he just had with what's his face. Shakur Stevenson is a world champion. So if they offering Ryan $200,000 for a gimme fight, that's good money for a gimme fight. That's good money for a gimme fight. It ain't like you going in there with Jorge Linares or somebody. It's a gimme fight. Man, 2 fights is 1 year in boxing years. 2 fights, that's 1 year, bro. I feel like that's what he's doing, Rolando. I feel like that's what he's doing. Because you don't have no reason to not fight him. You don't have no reason to not fight that dude. He's a network free agent. He's a promotional free agent. If you want him to cross over to ESPN to fight you, he can. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying you're not interested. You can't fight guys like Tom Schwartz and Otto Verline and then talk about I'm not interested in Dillian White. How the hell was you interested in them then? Oh, they was tune-up fights. That was 2 back-to-back tune-up fights, bro. When they ordered him to fight White before he beat Wilder, it was after the Tom Schwartz fight, but before the Otto Verline fight. You turn it down. You say you're a bum. And then you turn around and fight a dude that's less accomplished and proven than him, and Otto Verline. It don't look good. Like, what am I supposed to say? It don't look good. If they ordered you to fight him, and we acting like ain't no money in the Dillian White fight. It's money in the Dillian White fight. So let's cut that silliness right out. It's money in that fight, bro. People will fly out to see Dillian White fight, especially if it's against Tyson Fury. Yes, they would. You bugging out. In England, anywhere in the UK, anywhere, that fight sells. In America, that fight still sells. It's silly, like as if we talking about like Frankie Sanchez or somebody. Like, nah, bro, Dillian White will sell tickets. You bugging out. That's what I'm saying. Like they talking about Dillian White like he Tom Schwartz or somebody. Like that. Don't be ridiculous, bro. They gave you know Oscar Rivas made over $1 million fighting Dillian White, bro. That dude, like you bugging out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Ari. Like you think them Brits ain't gonna get on a plane if they stage Tyson Fury versus Dillian White in the MGM Grand in Las Vegas? You better believe it. You better believe it. That's silly. Like it's the stuff promoters say sometimes, and the stuff that like I was on Ring IQ Facebook yesterday, and somebody was trying to tell me, "Oh, it ain't no money in that fight, bro." You sound stupid. If you go to the poll that I did, it's some guys on there talking about it ain't no money. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You'll sell more tickets in America with Fury versus White than you did with both Schwartz and Valine. What did they sell? How many tickets they sold in those fights? Like what, 5,000? You bugging out. You bugging out. It's I know why y'all don't want to fight him. It's a few reasons that they don't want to fight him. It's a few reasons. One, Bob Arum doesn't want to match. He doesn't want to have to match what Eddie Hearn would pay Dillian White for that fight. That's the first problem. That you don't want to have to pay Dillian White what Eddie Hearn would pay Dillian White for that fight. You don't want it to go to a purse bid. You don't want to get into a bidding war with these guys. You know that. Now, least of all. Exactly. I remember that too, Ronnie, when he came over to see that Pacquiao fight. I can't remember if it was Pacquiao versus Broner or Pacquiao versus Thurman. It was one of them. I believe it was Pacquiao versus Broner. And they was all hyped that it was rumors he had a meeting with Al Heyman. How you going to get hyped that he having a meeting with Al Heyman, then turn right around and try to act like he garbage? Them dudes is like, I don't want to waste time on those guys. Like them dudes is weird, man. Dudes is weird. Dudes is weird. You're gonna get Sice that he had a meeting with Al Heyman, but just like when they got Sice, remember when there was a rumor that Al Heyman was having conversations with the Zone? Remember there was a rumor and they was getting hype off of that. Now all of a sudden y'all start liking this. Like, man, why don't you get the fuck out of here, man? They not paying you to do none of that goofy shit. They ain't paying you to do that. You ask me, why do I like the Zone? It's very simple. They put on good fights, and it don't cost an arm and a leg. Prograis versus Taylor was a great fight. Prograis versus Relic, that was a good fight too. Taylor versus Baranchik was a good fight. Did I have to pay $89 to see it? No, I did not. So don't ask, like a lot of the stuff you see these guys say is stupid shit. Like really, it's the shit is so stupid. It's like, bro, I ain't even gonna bother wasting time arguing with you, talking to you, or even talking about what you saying, because the shit you saying is stupid, bro. You trying to convince me that Spence versus Garcia was worth $80? Like, all right, bro, all right, just keep sucking dick, bro. That's what you good at. Just keep doing that. Stupid stuff, man. Goofy stuff. Why does Eddie Hearn love to show proof when he offers so that he'll get the fans in his corner to Ray? Because it's a lot of talk in boxing. It's a lot of lying in boxing. You understand? There's a lot of people that want to make you believe. Like, look, Caleb Plant said he made an offer to Gennady Golovkin. Do you honestly believe that, bro? He literally said that. He said he made an offer to, like, bro, what offer you gonna make to Gennady Golovkin? Like, really? It's a lot of stuff that people say in boxing, and it's like, bro, you gotta show proof. You gotta show proof. Because it's like, bro, these guys will say anything. They'll say anything. The dude said he made an offer to Gennady Golovkin. He said he made an offer to Callum Smith. What are you talking about, dog? I agree there, Bob. I do think there's money in that fight. I do think there's money in that fight. Yeah, I agree with that also. 108-pound World Boxing Super Series. I would love to see that for the lighter weights. That's what I'm talking about, Ronnie. Like, really, bro? You made what offer you made him? Did you offer to go to his side of the street? Because other than that, I don't know what offer you could finance to make Gennady Golovkin. That dude got $14 million to fight Steve Rose, bro. I don't think most people realize that. That dude got $14 million to fight Steve Rose. So when I see Caleb Plant talking about I made him an offer, what the hell are you talking about, dog? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I would love that, Bob. There's so many divisions I could think of that would be great for a tournament. So many divisions. He said, like, really, bro? Like, they are paying this man $14 million to fight Steve Rose, Sergey Divianchenko. He about to fight Zeremata for another multi-million-dollar payday. And Caleb Plant want me and you to believe that he made that dude an offer. Come on, man. Like, what do you think? People stupid? You must think we all idiots. That's why Eddie Hearn shows and proves that, yo, I made him an offer, and you know I'm good for the money. We ain't gotta keep doing this. You know I got the money. They don't got the money. That's what's going on. Yeah, he was with the Zone. That was his first fight on that platform, bro. That was his first fight on that platform, Rolando. And he got $14 million for that goddamn fight, bro. PBC does not make offers to fighters for other promoters. The last time that I seen the PBC make an offer, and it was a bullshit offer, was the Tevin Farmer shit. When they was like, yo, we'll give you $3 million to come to this side. Bro, get out of here with your punk-ass $3 million and your upside of a pay-per-view. They willing to pay Davis more money than that to come to their side, and it's more money guaranteed. It ain't no punk-ass pay-per-view hypothetical upside. It's more money guaranteed over here. So if you want to fight and you think you could beat this dude, then cross the street one time, come get his belt, and you could go on your way. Jose Ramirez did it. They ain't pinned down Jose Ramirez through a multi-fight deal or a multi-year deal. He went over there, he got the millions, he won the fight, and he went back to the top rank side. One of the first fights I remember watching was a Tyson fight. One of the first biggest pay-per-view fights that I remember watching was Chavez versus Camacho. That's some of the first ones I remember seeing. I agree, Teray. You right, John. You right, John. You right. Like, that's one of the only times I seen that they like fake sent out an offer. Because when I saw it, I'm like, that's not a real offer, bro. That's not a real offer. These guys know that upside of a pay-per-view shit don't mean nothing unless you already selling pay-per-views. That shit don't mean nothing. Oh, the upside will give you 40% of a pay-per-view, but we don't know what it's gonna do, bro. So that could be 40% of nothing. What if we just break even? Then that 40% don't mean nothing. I ain't getting 40% of nothing because it ain't no upside. But we telling you, yo, we got $7 million over here for you. It could be 8, and you don't want to take it. All right, bro. Whatever, man. If it ain't no upside, we could be like, yo, 50-50 split of the upside. And what if it ain't no upside? Then that's 50% of nothing. Eddie Hearns that night with Mikey Martinez Chocolatito was it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Did you see Luis Ortiz versus? Hey, man, they be trying to gaslight everybody, man. They try to gaslight everybody with that. Oh yeah, we get like you. I ain't getting no goddamn money over there, man. Why don't y'all stop lying? Y'all ain't getting the kind of like y'all ain't getting that. Which one of y'all would get $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas? Because Mikey Garcia did. Which one of y'all getting that kind of money? In order for Sean Porter to get $2 million guaranteed, he had to fight Errol Spence. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. The reported purses to the commission, $2 million for Spence, $2 million for Sean Porter. They guaranteed Mikey Garcia more than that to fight Jesse Vargas, bruh. You bugging out. I'm at Luis Ortiz ringside at my rematch. Yeah, man, like you bugging out. He ain't getting money like you. Which one of them welterweights you think they would give Keith Thurman, for example, $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas? No, bro. Of course not. That's what I'm saying, Bob. That's what I'm saying, Bob. $14 million to fight Steve Rose, bro. And Caleb Plant wants me and you to believe that he made an offer that. What offer you made him, bro? You could say whatever. Common sense, at some point, you got to use your own common sense. What offer did you make Gennady Golovkin, who got paid $14 million to fight Steve Rose? Like, they bugging out, man. They bugging out. Like, ain't nobody believing none of that dumb shit they talking about. Frankie Sanchez has a 40-year-old face, but supposedly he's 27. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit for a second. That dude don't look a day over 40, but he's supposed to be 20. Oh, all right, bro. You just got a hard ass face then. That's the hardest 27 I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. Word. And now we supposed to get hype over what? Davis versus Santa. Come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna get hype off of that dumb shit. That's the other thing, John. You don't see them countering offers. You don't see, like, what's your counter offer? A hypothetical upside of a pay-per-view, and that's even if you come back with that. Most of the time they don't. What was the counter offer for Andre and Charlo? What was the counter offer? I'm interested in what Aram is paying out for. I mean, it's going to have to be something substantial. Sporting Advantage, it really is. It's going to have to be something substantial. Well, I'm not gonna say that, Juan. Like the Jared Anderson fight, that was a good fight. That was a good fight that he had. That Jared Anderson heavyweight prospect over there, top rank. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight. I liked Shakur's fight. Greer versus Planilla. That was a good fight. Greer versus Planilla is a good fight between prospects. I'm not gonna say it was great. You know, or like, oh yeah, those is the fights that they not the fights that everybody's checking for, but those was good fights. I was goody on battle. Those was good fights. Steve Rose should open. Adam Lopez, that was a competitive fight. He got lumped up in that fight, man. He looked like they beat him with a sack of potatoes after that fight. I think that I like that Floyd is actually trying to pass some knowledge down to somebody. I like that. To answer your question, Ray, I like that. I don't mind it. I think it's good because he knows a lot about the sport. It'd be an awful waste if he doesn't try to pass that knowledge down to somebody. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think they would pay Keith Thurman to fight Jesse Vargas in a non-title fight? You think they give that guy $7 million? I don't. The better ESPN fights have been the lower grade guys in competitive matchups. Nobody wants to see Shakur or Bud smash over. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Errol Spence looked special when watching Wilder versus Fury, and I don't. He sounded special. Yeah, I don't want no tune-up fights and things like that. All boxers got like a thing that they say. Errol Spence's thing that he says is and things like that. You know, I don't want no tune-up fights. I'm a savage and things like that. And things like that. Crawford shit is saying, and you know. Like he'll say, and you know, 30 goddamn times in a sentence. Do you remember Vesputin's last opponent, Butaev? Some rumors are saying if Kelly ducks Avanesian. Oh, really? So is Avanesian versus Kelly off? I wanted to see that Avanesian versus Kelly fight, man. But it wouldn't have surprised me at all if Avanesian beat the shit out of him. I'm not saying that he would have. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if that would have happened. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Martinez versus Methylane. That's a good fight. Unification fight. Good fight. Them guys down there don't get no love, man. They don't get no love. Let's start talking about those guys more. Deontay, most definitely. most definitely Wilder. Oh shit! Did you get your ass beat? Most definitely. That's not true, bro. I just did a video about how Sean Porter said now is not the right time for that fight, bro. I literally just did a video on that. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta cut it out with the games, dog. All this information is readily available to anyone. And it's Sean Porter saying that now is not the right time for that fight. I'm not saying that Crawford wants it. I'm saying that them two guys is friends that don't want to fight each other. And that's obvious because they both said the exact same thing. Guys got to stop playing the blame game when it, like, bro, all the information you need to know about that fight is out there. And they both said the exact same thing. But the last set of comments from Sean Porter is that now is not the right time for that fight. And he started talking about a whole mess of other shit, but he wasn't talking about no Crawford fight. So don't put it on Crawford that they not fighting, bro. Ioka versus Tanaka, man. Oh my God, I love that fight. I love that fight so much because Mark is going to owe me so much goddamn money. Love that fight. Mark is going to owe me so much goddamn money. I was rocking Speak Your Mind. Not really. I don't consider it a duck, John. I don't consider it a duck. They're both saying the same thing. Crawford and Porter are both saying the same thing. So, no, it's not a duck. It's not Sean is scared of Bud or Bud is scared of Sean. They friends that, for some reason, don't want to fight each other. It is what it is. Yeah, Ancajas, that dude need to get in the mix of something, man. IBF champion, but he not in the mix of the scuffle. That's possible, H Don. That is entirely possible, bro. Isaac Dog. Oh snap! Y'all bugging. I think they would fight if he really came down to it. Yeah, it's not a duck, man. They don't want to fight each other. They are each other's last resort. That is how they both look at each other because they're both saying the same thing. I don't think Donnie's ever going to fight again, man. Why would he? You threw your title in the air. You didn't want to rematch Palikte. You haven't had any fights since. So Donnie's not coming back, bro. Donnie's done. Machado, ooh, that's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. But I wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't pick a pony in that show because I can't trust Alberto. Till he showed me that he got some durability or something. The beating that he took in them Cancio fights, I just don't know, bro. I don't know. You look sensational against Jezreel so that you could get your ass beat by Cancio? That's backwards. It could have been making the weight. It could have been that, but he has to show me that before I could trust him. And if I don't trust you, I don't trust you. That is a great fight, though. Great fucking fight. Porter would be silly to take the Crawford fight right after fighting Spence. It will only lower his stock further if he loses. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, Porter's coming off a loss, bro. Why would anybody expect, we could want it all day, but why would anybody expect that he going to go from losing of Errol to going into a Crawford fight without no tune-up? Especially with what's going on right now. It's like, come on now. Like, it's silliness. I thought Machado said he was going to move up after that second Canelo fight, bro. I thought he said he was going to move up. He better move up. Maybe that's why he got his ass beat, because he can't make 130 healthy no more. Where does Wilder go? To the hospital. Anybody else look more comfortable in the ring? Nah, man. James Toney might as well be sitting on a patio chair sipping lemonade in the ring, man. Comfortable, man. Yeah, he did say that, right? JD, he said he was going to move up in weight after that Canelo fight. Usyk needs to fight someone. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But that's what the Chisora fight is for, LT. That's what that fight is for. Ryan versus Robert who? Robert Easter? Well, I don't see that happening because Robert moved up to 140. I don't see it happening because it's Golden Boy versus PBC. That's the first thing. But even if they had a good relationship, Robert's at 140 pounds. Where does Wilder go if he loses the trilogy? Yeah, Robert is food at 140, man. Could you imagine him trying to keep off Baranchyk? He's food, dog. You know what they should do? Broner's not going to come out of retirement for Regis because Broner wants $10 million. Just have Robert Easter fight Regis Pregarius. Watch Regis Pregarius fold that guy up like a brand new pair of khakis. All right, what's goody chin smoke? Super champion, undisputed. It's the WBO sticking to their rules. When everyone is complaining of, yeah, that's true. Don't ask me. That's fair. The WBO been doing that. They did that with Amanda Serrano for years, bro. For years. And it's not like that's something new that they made for Usyk. They've been doing that. Whereas the WBC will make something today and make you abide by it today. I'm gonna say it again. I don't see that fight happening because of the politics. Golden Boy, PBC. But even if there were no politics, Robert Easter moved up. He moved up to 140. He's not at 35 no more. I think he moved up to 140 because that one, I don't think he was able to continue to make that weight because Robert is real big for 135. He's not young like Ryan. Ryan is still a kid. Robert is a little older than Ryan, unless I'm mistaken. 140, he could probably make that easier. But like I said, he food up there, man. I can't see him beating none of the top level guys up there. I don't think Robert Easter could beat Victor Postol. I don't. That's realistic. That's realistic. That's realistic, bro. I agree with that. That could happen. Ooh, but Cole versus that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I like that fight. I like that. That could happen because Valina's a Salida Promotions fighter. Smaller outfit. They in bed with Jarrell Miller. They co-promote him, even though Jarrell Miller is now a top-ranked fighter. But Salida has a couple of fighters. I think Jermaine Franklin is one of their fighters. Clarissa Shields is one of their fighters. I believe Hannah Rankin is one of their fighters. So I think because Salida Promotions is a smaller outfit. I could see Valine versus Bivol happening. I could see that happening. I think Virgil Ortiz is #1 prospect. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. If somebody told me that, I wouldn't be in a hurry to disagree with them. He has a good resume for a prospect. Bivol versus Hrgovic, a man can dream. A man can dream. I want Miller versus Rivas. I want Miller versus anybody with a pulse, but, you know, in all fairness, he has been out of action damn near 2 years, bro. The last time he had a fight was Bogdan Dinu in 2018. So that dude definitely needs a tune-up fight, man. He definitely needs a tune-up fight. Oh, you think he'll be a gatekeeper? I mean, you know what? It's a thick weight class, man. It's a lot of killers in it, so it's kind of it is difficult. It really is. It is difficult. Shit, I'll take. You know what I would like to see? Give me Otto Valine versus the winner of Dubois versus Joyce. I would like to see that fight. It makes sense. Otto Valine has been in there with Tyson Fury. He showed what he could do. The winner of that fight, obviously, they're gonna step up. Give me that fight. Give me Otto Valine versus the winner of Joyce versus Dubois. I like that fight. Yeah, Big Pharma needs a tune-up, man. You know, it'd be inhumane to expect Jarrell Miller to go in there with somebody that's a killer and the dude ain't fought in 2 years, you know? That's inhumane, bro. He's technically sound. He's tough. He's a southpaw. He showed grit. When a lot of people was complaining that he thumbed Tyson Fury, I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. Like, yeah, this dude really want to win, man. I like that. He really want to win. I know it's some grimy shit to do, but he's showing you that, like, yeah, bro, I ain't just come here for a check. I came here to win. I like that shit. Not yet, Snot Gobbler. Not yet. But I think that he has. I think he has a very high ceiling. I do think he's gonna beat Joe Joyce. I love his straight 1-2 and how he steps into his jab quick and comes back quick with that right hand. I love it. I love it. Daniel No Neck Dubois. Kid ain't got no goddamn neck. Call him Head and Shoulders. I think Miller could lose his next fight if he's well, you know, Eric, he's fighting Jerry Forrest, right? Jerry Forrest lost to Gerald Washington, you know? Lost to Gerald. Who else beat this guy? I just did a video on this guy. He lost to Gerald Washington. There's a couple of guys that beat Jerry. So I mean, anything is possible in heavyweight boxing, but I wouldn't bet the farm on Miller losing that fight. He better smash Jerry Forrest, man. Valine broke Fury mentally, tagging the cut. Yeah, man. I liked that shit. He wanted to win, man. Oscar Negrete, yeah, he's all right. Oscar Negrete is all right. He's all right. Well, I mean, this is the thing, Arian, that Dubois is still a prospect, so there's plenty of room to grow. And more so, he's a very young prospect. So I don't expect him to be put together all the way just yet. I don't. Like, he's, what, 22? He ain't got a lot of fights. So he's not gonna be picture perfect right away. What, Dominic Brazil? Ugh, that'd be a terrible fucking fight. Ugh. Terrible fight. Dangerous Daniel Dubois takes a lot of shots, needs to brush up if he's going to challenge. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that, Andy. But remember, like I said, he's a prospect. He's not going to be a finished product already. He's a prospect. I don't even consider Daniel a contender. He's not a contender. He's not contender status yet. I think he has a high ceiling. I think he has a lot of possibilities, but he's not contender status yet. Chris Colbert, I think he's good, but I don't rate him. He is good, though. He shows potential, but I don't know how far he's going to go. I don't rate him. Exactly. That's the same thing I'm trying to say, Chris, that like Daniel, it's going to be a while before we even see the best of Daniel Dubois because he's still a kid in a lot of ways. What's he, 21, 22? Miller will be at his best. He just saw Kovnowski word, right? If your own man's in them getting knocked out by Robert Helenius ain't enough to wake you up, I don't know what is, bruh. I don't know what is, man. He better wake the hell up. I tell you that hot shit. You better wake up. Stop playing games. Playing games, yo. Playing games, yo. Playing games, yo. Nah, as far as my favorite boxers, I do have favorites though. But when I say favorites, I mean these are fighters that I find very entertaining to watch. So I do have some favorites. Loma's in there. I like watching Loma. I like watching what he do while he could still do it. I don't think he's going to be able to do it for very long, but he is entertaining to watch. I love watching Crawford. Terrence Crawford. Virgil Ortiz has a very fun style to watch. As far as like the prospects, it's a very fun style to watch. Who else? I really like Dorticos at cruiserweight. I'm always entertained when he's fighting. It's rare that I'm not entertained when he's fighting. How could you not like Artur Beterbiev? How could you not like this guy? He's fucking fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch. As far as who I think is fun to watch at 168, Caleb Plant is fun to watch. He's not just good technically; he's actually fun to watch. He beat the shit out of Mike Lee, man. Poor Mike Lee. He was fucking him up, man. And Vincent Fehrenbutz at 130. I mean, there's a couple of guys, man. There's a couple of guys for Shakur. And not just the because you see who he's looking at, you know? You see who he's looking at. Yeah, man, he beat the hell out of Vincent Fehrenbutz. Like, he could get the winner of Frampton versus Herring. He could get the loser of Frampton versus Herring. I don't see Shakur fighting Jamel Herring, by the way, but I'm saying that those are the options at 130. He could fight the loser of the fight. Obviously, he wants Oscar Valdez. He might end up fighting him regardless of what happens with Pachelton Valdez. Mickey Roman is still there. John O'Carroll. Ito is still there. Joe Cordina, UK. He's still there. Yeah. There's fights, man. There's fights. Oh, that's a fantastic fight, man. I still hope it's on. I mean, it has to be because that was a mandated fight, bro. That wasn't just like, oh, yeah, we want to fight. They ordered them to fight. So I think that fight is still on as soon as it's safe to have it. Yeah, Mickey beat the shit out of him, man. No, this is what I'm gonna say, Ronnie. I think that Shakur would want the fight, but I'm not sure that it happens. You understand what I mean? Like, I'm not sure that it happens. I wouldn't mind Stevenson versus Frampton. If Frampton loses how I think he's gonna lose, just Frampton versus Stevenson, man, make it happen. Rosario versus Charlo. Yeah, that does need to happen, man. They fucked up Hurd versus Charlo. Don't fuck up Rosario versus Charlo waiting around. But bro, I'm gonna tell you something, LT. Samson Lukowicz said that he wants that fight to be a pay-per-view. So I don't know if we're going to get that fight soon. I don't know. I just know that that's what Rosario's manager said. Rosario manager said he want that fight to be a pay-per-view. So, and he said that about the David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight too. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I still got Charlo winning that fight. I think Jamel wins that fight. You're not going to eat them punches from Jamel, bro. I'm not hearing that shit. It's not, you can't put it, we can't put it, I'm going to tell you, Snot Gobbler, we can't put it on Jamel. It's whatchamacallit's own manager talking about he wants it to be a pay-per-view. Like, bro, your guy is not a pay-per-view guy. I'm sorry, but your guy's not a pay-per-view guy, and neither is Jamel Charlo. And this is not, I'm sorry, but it's not a pay, unless you're going to charge me $25, that's not a pay-per-view fight. But that's what Samson Lukowicz is talking about. Here's a question. If Joe Smith Jr. beats Zeleta Alvarez, does it still contest to the level of fighter that Bivol is? Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm dead ass, bro. I did a video about it, LT. I did a video about it. To get back to JD's comment, remember, Bivol beat Jean Pascal decisively, right? He beat him decisively. It's no controversy. It's obvious Bivol won the fight. Jean Pascal goes back to the PBC side of things and wreaks havoc on the two guys they got at 175. He wreaks havoc on Badu Jack. He wreaks havoc on Marcus Brown. I don't really think he beat Badu Jack, but it was a hard fight. That Pascal looked better against Jack and Brown than he did against Bivol. That speaks to the level of Dimitri Bivol, that he made that shit look easy because it's supposed to look easy. I don't know about that, John. I don't know about that, John. Better stop that shit. Stop that shit, John. Don't talk like that. Alvarez is not on Bivol's level, in my opinion. Only two. Yeah. Bivol and better beef, man. Stop that shit, John. Don't talk like that. I was rocking, Toby. Don't talk like that, John. Right? Dimitri Bivol ain't just a good set of hands. He got a good set of feet. Good set of feet. No, we're not going to argue about this, John. Don't talk like that. Right? Your guy, he's already in his mid-30s. He was never very active to begin with. All right? My guy Bivol, he's fresh. You're going to see, John. You're going to see. You're going to see. That's right. He beat Kratos last week, man. All right? I'm not. Let's low mileage. Listen, he's got that amateur record. He wasn't that active as a professional. I don't like the look of that. Not for a guy who's in his mid-30s. I don't know about Andre beating Canelo. I don't know about all that. I think he'd give him a problem, though. I think he'd give him some real frustrating. It'll be a very frustrating fight for Canelo, but I don't know that he would beat him. I didn't catch Billiam Smith and Riyad Kapoor. Is Bivol, your opinion, better at 168? I believe he should stay at 175. I believe he should stay at 175. Considering the kind of people that he's fought, he has more than proven that he's very good at 175. Going down is to do what? To fight Callum Smith? To fight Billy Joe Saunders? Like, yeah. Stop it, Alan. Stop it right now. Stop it right now, Alan. Stop it, John. I don't want to hear about how he doesn't drink. Stop it. Bivol will clean art to a better beef's clock. It's in the Bible. Look in the back. It's in the glossary section. Right? Michaela Mayer's fight with Helen Joseph, that got moved to July 14th. I'm very happy about that. Very happy about that. That's going to turn out to be a good card because you're going to get the Pedraza fight and you're going to get the Mayer fight. That's going to turn out to be a good card. Shout out to Michaela Mayer. One of these days, I'm going to bring her on this show. One of these days. And I'm going to ask her stupid, fan-driven questions. It was on a Dillian White versus Rivas undercard. It was I don't remember, man. Don't remember. The COVID card, that's right. The COVID card. I'm still wondering why Canelo isn't stripped because of sanctioning fees. The WBA wants to be in the Canelo business just as much as the WBC does. And they know as long as he's holding one of our belts, we still have a chance of collecting some of those big sanctioning fees. Everyone talking about the issue of staging fights right now, but I have the solution. What's the solution, man? What's the solution? Let's hear it, man. Woo! July 6th for Smith Alvarez. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, that's a good fight, man. I don't know, JD. I could see him ending up on Top Rank because Top Rank, they picking up a lot of heavyweights. I could see him ending up over there. I could see him ending up over there, man. Yeah, Garcia does look fat, man. He looked fat. He looked soft in the body, man. He already didn't have a neck, but now it's even worse. Potentially empty, lifeless, behind closed doors venues providing no atmosphere. So what's the solution? Embrace the emptiness to make it epic. Hire a stadium and invite 6-10 legends of the heavyweight division to watch, spotlighting them to add drama. A fight for the gods on the balcony. My solution was a green screen. Have explosions in the background. And the explosions can only be heard by the audience, by the people at home, so that you don't distract the fighters. But that was my solution. Just make it look like they're fighting on top of the Empire State. The people at home can see it. The fighters can't, so it won't distract them from the fight. But the people at home, it'll look like a cool graphic. Like, yo, these dudes out here fighting on top of the Empire State Building. I say green screen and have Optimus Prime in the background.
Are you Sam Witwicky? My name is Optimus Prime.
Yeah, make it look like they fighting underwater or some crazy shit. I want a green screen too. Imagine he knew he fight. Yeah, that's dope, dog. Like, imagine that. That's dope, bro. Better Beef versus Joe Smith Jr. I'd go Better Beef, man. They both hit like a truck. It's just Better Beef is a better boxer. They don't, you know. But that's fake. Fighting in front of your heroes, legends in the sport would mean something to the boxers. Maybe. But I mean, I guess, but that kind of goes against the protocols. That's the problem. They want to minimize how many people are actually there. So if you actually got people sitting there and watching it, it's going against the protocol, bro. Ebony Bridges versus Shannon. Oh my God, yeah, that's a great fight. That is such a great fight. She has such great fucking breasts. I don't know if they're real or not, but if I'm being honest, I don't care. Shout out to Ebony Bridges. Such a nice lady. So talented, too. Oh, my goodness. That girl could draw her ass off, man. She put me to shame. That girl can draw her ass off. She has such great fucking breasts, man. And such a winning smile, dog. Like, yeah, y'all seen this woman? Oh, my goodness. Pleasure to look. And bear in mind, I'm not into blondes. Like, brunettes is my fave. But I gotta say that's a hell of a blonde, man. That's an atomic blonde. That woman is gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. Before you say 6 people is too many, remember, bro, it only takes 1 to infect 6 people. So before you go saying that, you got to think about why those provisions are in place. It only takes 1 to get everybody infected. Imagine you have that, and then fucking Evander Holyfield gets COVID, gets sick, and ends up in a hospital. He's an old man. You can't afford to run those risks. I like Michaela, man. Michaela's gorgeous, man. Michaela's gorgeous. But you know, we are here for boxing after all. Let's not objectify anybody. Yeah, but the film crew for the green screen doesn't have to be so close to the action. Remember, they're gonna that whole setup is made for the people at home without putting anybody in harm's way. Well, you can test them first, Andy, right? You can test them first, but you still have to account for everything else that could happen. You know, I don't think it's a good idea to have these old guys running around when they ain't supposed to be running around because they're at the highest risk. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if they're real, to be honest, don't I don't even care if they're real. I don't give a shit. She's hot, man. Care about that shit. Them thighs is real. That face and that smile is real. Titties are still soft, right? I mean, I get it, Alan. I do get it. It isn't the same without the people being there to, you know, to react. It isn't the same. You're right. You're right. But it's kind of like watching amateur fights, you know? If you watch amateur fights, there's not always a big crowd there. I watched an amateur fight from this girl, Laura Grizeb, and she beat the shit out of that girl, man. It was fun to watch. She beat the shit out of that girl. It wasn't a lot of people there, though, but it was still a good fight. Shout out to Laura Grizeb. These goddamn consonants, man. I don't know how to pronounce shit. Oh, yeah, I like Mariana Juarez, man. I respect the hell. She's not just pretty and all that shit. I actually respect the hell out of her, man. They could use a yellow screen using Alvarez as the yellow because he's scared of anything that ain't been. Come on now. Kovalev wasn't weight drained. Neither was Jacobs. I don't know why people keep trying to say that Jacobs was weight drained. Jacobs was no more weight drained for Canelo than he was for Sergey Didivianchenko. In both of those fights, there were weight caps. The only difference is who put the weight caps in place, but better still, if you were okay to fight Sergey with a weight cap, a 10-pound rehydration limit, you can't cry about a rehydration limit in a Canelo fight. That's stupid. You were okay to fight Sergey, right? More than likely, and he'll move up to 154. But at 154, by the time he goes up there, the landscape could change by the time he goes up there. Because those PBC guys they got at 154, they can't sit there forever. Will Michelle Joy Phelps sneak in as a ring girl? I don't know. I mean, she might. She got a nice body. I'll tell you what. Michelle's a gorgeous woman. Kovalev only threw jabs to keep Canelo. Dude was not right. He only threw jabs because he knew he couldn't commit to his punches, Ubanuli. The reason that you didn't see Kovalev throwing power shots is because he know Canelo can counter those power shots. Canelo has faster hands. That's why he just peppered him with the jab. He didn't want to commit to his jab because if Canelo slips it and he hooks, that's all she wrote. The first fucking hard shot that Canelo lands, it's not a coincidence. The first hard shot that landed, Kovalev was out of there. Big question. Is Mayor straight? Because I think I saw a few videos of her in lockdown. She had a boyfriend. I don't know if she still has one, but I know that she had a boyfriend. Maybe she likes girls too. I mean, I like girls. Why can't she like girls? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think. I mean, I don't think I know. She's into guys. She had a boyfriend. So you got a chance, man. If you see Michaela at a fight, shoot your best shot. You know, shoot your shot. Listen, Michaela. I ain't gonna you. Let me be the one to. Ubali versus Donaire is a great fight, man. Great fight. Great fight. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, man, you stupid. Mark's stupid, man. I thought she used to mess with Gabe Rosado. I mean, she still might be. I don't know. I know she had a boyfriend. I seen the dude. I think they broke up, though. She hot, man. She cute, man. She got that California girl thing going on. She laid back, but she fight like a monster. Gotta love that. Terrence Crawford. When I see their happy faces smiling back at me. Terrence Crawford. I'm not the dating guru. I'm just saying. Katie? Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about that stuff, but I do think it's because I'm American, right? That I find her accent to be the cutest goddamn thing in the world. Now, if I was from Ireland, it probably wouldn't be that way. But since I'm American and she has an accent, to me, it's the cutest damn thing in the world. You know, and I want to fight, and I just really want this fight. It's the cutest shit. It's the cutest shit in the world, man. Has anyone ever figured out what? Yeah, the mythical PBC back-end money. I know, right? That's because that's just like any of those. That's just like when somebody learns a new word and they don't really know what it means and they just keep saying that shit. That's what them cats did with back-end. Like back-end, what are you talking about back-end money, bro? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, man, it's the accent, man. Like, we are in lockdown. This is Go ahead, yo, Ronnie. Look, for all those that don't know what it is, give them a refresher course, bro. Give them a refresher course. You know what I'm saying? They be talking about that shit like every fight got back end money. Cheetos and Dr. Pepper. Oh shit, yeah, man. That shit is now and later money, bro. Now and later's in the Sprite money, man. Oh yeah, see, if you like a female French accent, right? It's two fighters I recommend you acquaint yourself with. Maiva Hamadouche, the IBF Super Featherweight Champion, and Elem Mekhaled, the WB. She was the WBC Interim Champion at Super Featherweight. She not anymore. They got French accents. I love Maiva, by the way. I love her to death. I love her. I love her. I love watching her fight. Tough. Love that broad, man. Cable player. Yo, why you did that, bro? What you trying to say? Yo, man. Oh, man. Y'all not going to get the joke, man. Some of y'all going to get the joke, but not. Oh, man. Y'all cats is merciless, man. Y'all cats is merciless, man. You trying to say old boy dyslexic, man. That's what you trying to say. You trying to say he's dyslexic and shit. Mm-hmm. Now, I love that broad, JD. Like watching her fight, bro. Watching her interviews and shit. Listening to her accent. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this woman. All PBC fighters get 100% of the gate, 50% of pay-per-view, 50% of all staffing event workers, 75%. Jeez. Come on, dog. I honestly enjoyed Rocky more. I feel like Raging Bull is overrated. I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen it more than once. It's overrated. Cinderella Man is a better. I like Cinderella Man more than I like Raging Bull. What's Rockets, buddy? If life gives you melons, you're proud. Hey, man, I ain't saying nothing about his ability to spell. That's y'all, man. Don't put me in that. Yeah, the Russell Crowe one, Andy. Cinderella Man is a better movie to me than Raging Bull. To be honest, The Fighter about Mickey Ward, that is a better movie to me than Raging Bull. Who's Swall Manby? Work at a bar. What do you know about boxing? I mean, if she wanted to, why not? Agreed, Ronnie. Agreed. Mm-hmm. The Fighter is a far better biopic, if you will, than Raging Bull was to me. Raging Bull is overrated to me. I feel like it was a good movie for its time, but my understanding, Alan, is that there was supposed to be a sequel, or there were talks of a sequel, and the sequel was going to center around the Gaddy fights. I don't know that they're going to make it, though. I would love if they did, but for what it's worth, I like what they did for the. I like what they did in the film. Predator 2 is the best movie of all time. Predator 2 is underrated, bro. And I'm not going to argue with it. It's underrated. All right, pussy face. Y'all remember that? When they was hanging off the ledge, Danny Glover had his blade, and he was like, all right, pussy face, let's dance. Brandon Adams. No, the fantasy fight is Brandon Adams versus Black Cobbs. I agree, Andy. The first is better. The first is better, but the second one is underrated. The second one was actually really good, but the first is better. That goes without saying. I'm gonna have me something. I'm gonna have me something. I'm gonna have me something. Guy goes up to the broad. He says, I'd like a little pussy. She says, me too. Mine's as big as a house. That shit, I don't know why that shit was so funny to me when I was young, but that shit had me dying, bro. That shit had me dying when he said that shit. Terminator? Yeah. Agreed. But I've seen them too many times, Raider. That's what I'm gonna say about that. I've seen them too many times, so I don't enjoy them as much. One of my favorite movies is Conan.
You old slut!
Alvarez late stoppage. For what fight, Alan? A real question for you, Ring IQ. Who wins? I would go Hagler. I would go Hagler. Neither would surprise me, but I'd go Hagler. Neither, if either one won, it wouldn't surprise me, but I go Marvin. Marvelous Marvin. Because he was marvelous. Crawford versus Mikey Garcia. I think Crawford would stop Mikey Garcia, to be completely honest. I think he would stop him. There's a reason that Mikey was all sized to fight Errol, but he didn't want nothing to do with Crawford and things like that. This boxing, you know. Yeah, that's his favorite shit to say. This is boxing, you know. I don't think Monzon edges it. I don't think he was as sharp a puncher as Marvin. Both durable, but I like Marvin's sharpness. Barbarian, easily. Destroyer was commercial and that's a great fight, man. God, that's a great fight. But if I honestly had to pick Prime Foreman versus Prime Liston, I'd go Prime Foreman. That's a great fight, though. I mean, it's not like I'm settled on that. Liston could have won that fight in the time machine. He could have. He very well could have. But I'm gonna go Foreman. Remember, fucking George was a sparring partner, for God's sake. But in that way, I think about it in the realm of Ali Holmes. You understand that you picked up stuff from the guy that helped make you picked up stuff from that guy that helped make you a great fighter. So, you know, I'd go Foreman. I'd go Foreman. In a shootout, I'd go Foreman. Blood and Bone, Michael Jai White. Well, the action scenes are fun, but when those guys are reading lines, man, it's hard to cringeworthy, man. Would Triple G's legacy be sealed by beating Andre, and how good of a win would it be for Andre to beat Triple G? It would be a great win for this era of boxing, but don't read too much into it because Andre's resume is thin. That's the problem. I would put Triple G beating Andre in the same realm as Anthony Joshua beating Joseph Parker. It's a good win over a world champion, an undefeated world champion. But that win by itself, you know, don't read that much into it. Whoa. Come on, man. Don't ask me that. I don't know. Don't ask me that. I don't know. Whoa. Oh, my God. That's an amazing. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Both phases, too. Both phases. Prime George, Prime Holmes, second phase George, second phase Holmes. Whoa. Whoa. My God. Don't ask me that. You can't ask me that. I don't know. Whoa. God, Larry. Shit. Larry. Because of the jab. It just flows. His jab flows. It just flows. And you know Larry could take a punch. If he gets dropped, he's getting up, he's coming back. Whoa. And I'm not even settled on that. Don't ask me this no more. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I can't no. Look, I'm leaning towards Larry, but George is one of my all-time favorite fighters, bro. I love George Foreman. He's a Capricorn like me. I love the guy. I love him to death. Whoa. Nah, I mean, you know what? I'll take Purnell. That's not the same as Foreman versus that's not the same thing as Foreman versus Holmes. I take Purnell in that fight. I take Purnell in that fight. No, he never was Rockstar. He never was. Never was. Not in 1, 2, or 3. I never seen Larry Holmes. The good thing is in Fight Night Champion, you could make him. You get a picture of him, and you take the picture of it and put it on your created player, and you could make him. That's the cool thing. I wanted that fight when they were both fighting. Yeah, I vaguely recall that Larry was calling him out. I vaguely recall that Larry was calling him out. It's an amazing fight, though. What do y'all think about Holmes versus Liston? Prime Liston. What happens? Bro, come on now. Be fair, Alan. Be fair. Michael Spinks, hell of a fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. And those fights was close too. Those fights was close. It's not like it was. Those decisions were controversial, bro. Come on now. Were you telling me, right, that he lost to Michael Spinks? Look at Klitschko. Klitschko lost to Corey Saunders and lost to Lamont Brewster, but he's still a great fighter. These things happen. Larry lost to Michael Spinks. All things considered, I don't think there's a shame. I don't knock him for that. Michael Spinks was a hell of a fighter. Most people only remember him for the damn Tyson fight. He was a hell of a fighter. Ooh, it depends on which Lewis, though, doesn't it, Andy? Depends on which Lewis. I mean, we all know which Lewis we're thinking about. Manny Stewart, Lennox Lewis. That's the Lewis I'm thinking about. I just feel like Larry has more dog in him than Lennox, though. Not that Lennox doesn't have dog in him. It's just that Larry has more dog in him. That's how I feel. Could Lennox Lewis have survived that shot from Ernie Shavers? Got up to win the fight? Hell of a question, man. Hell of a goddamn question, man. Yeah, but Lewis, look, Rockstar. Lewis, great jab. But it's different. Larry's jab was like pouring water into a cup. It flows. It's not stiff. It's just gonna come at you. It's smooth. I don't know, man. That's a tough fight to think about, to be honest. That's a really tough fight to think about. Do think Larry takes the better punch, though. Tough fight, man. Tough fight. But to Lennox's credit, though, I'm not settled on Larry winning it. I like him for the fight. I think he has more dog in him. I think he has a better chin. They both got amazing jabs. But in the time machine, I go Larry. I go Larry. Yeah. I go Larry. Larry fucking Holmes. Jimmy Young beats 75% of these guys. Burt Cooper, too. Could you imagine a complacent Joseph Parker in there with Jimmy Young or Burt Cooper? Bro, you better fight. You better goddamn fight. You better fucking do something. Yeah, man. Them guys, in today's era of finesse fighting fighters, them guys will wreak havoc on them, man. They'll raise hell. They'll raise all kinds of hell, man. Because them guys didn't give a shit. We going for the gusto. Going out on our shield, we ain't going out. Say it all the time. Ray Mercer would have beat a lot of these guys, man. He would beat a lot of these guys. I still think Lennox Bow would have been awesome. Yeah, but it's a pity, though. It's a pity they never fought, man. I could sit here all day telling you I think Lennox would have won that fight, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Ooh, Texas Cobb versus Derek Chisora. Ooh, that's a great fight, man. Underrated jabs with current fighters. All right, let me think. Dorticos has an underrated jab. It's not the best, but it's effective. It's good. It's disarming. You need to be pretty goddamn durable to work around that guy's jab, because he's got long arms, man, and he's fast. Bo was shook about fighting Lennox in the pros after beating. Fair enough. Fair enough. Burt Cooper versus Dillian White. You know that's why I like Dillian White, because he reminds me of those fighters. He reminds me of a Ray Mercer. He reminds me of a Burt Cooper. They don't give a shit. You talking about Felix Trinidad? 47, right? At 47? It's not a bad fight. It's not a fantasy fight for me, but it's not a bad fight. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Bro, he'll beat the shit out of these guys, man. Look at today's middleweight division, bro. Just look at it and go. I just say this, George. Look at today's middleweight division, right? And just go back and watch a couple of Marvin Hagler fights, and you will have your answer. You will have your answer. You'll have your just go, look at today's division and how these guys be going out there and looking, and then go back and watch a Marvin Hagler fight. Marvin Hagler fights, and you'll have your answer almost immediately. Prime Sweet Pea versus Prime Pacquiao. Well, it's debatable. It's like when you say Prime Pacquiao, okay, what weight are we talking about? Because I've heard people say that he wasn't in his prime at 147. Hagler was brilliant fighter, man. Hagler would have beat all these guys, man. I'm not gonna argue about that shit. That's a no-brainer. Like, that's like, bro, which one of these guys is, bro? Is Canelo Alvarez standing up to Marvin Hagler? Be honest. Is he no, dog? Like, no, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Canelo's a great fighter. He is. But I don't see him beating no motherfucking Hagler, and he's the best of you. He is the best of you. I still can't believe Mayorga stood in there Y'all know, tough motherfucker. But hey man, if Canelo Alvarez is the best of you, and Gennady Golovkin is one of the best of you, or he used to be the best of you, I don't see neither one of them two guys beating Marvin Hagler. I'm sorry. Y'all not beating that guy. What, the Charlo brothers, the Charlo sisters, they supposed to beat Marvin Hagler? Y'all ain't nothing but two Tommy Hearnses, and y'all not even as good as Tommy Hearns was. Y'all not beat Marvin Hagler. Who gonna beat Marvin? Jared Hurd? Ooh, Ryota Murata? He'll beat this whole division. The whole division. And the guys at 54. Fucking crazy? You're fucking crazy. Like, which one of these fucking guys is beating Marvin Hagler? Fucking crazy. I'm not going to say he's basic. I'm going to just say that he's not flashy. Because he's not flashy. He's not. But he's very good at the important stuff. He is very good at the important stuff. Bruh, she wouldn't get to save him against Marvin Hagler. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to give her that opportunity because he's going to go for it and he's going to make it decisive, which is what's missing. It's a lot of safety first type of shit that goes on in today's boxing. A guy like Hagler, you don't have that option with him, bro. You don't have that option. If you don't fight, he going to fuck you up. Period. You got to fight him off. And we don't know if you can. So if you ask me, Hagler, if you bring Hagler in a time machine to this era of middleweights and junior middleweights, bro, he'll beat all of them. All of them. Who gonna beat Marvin Hagler? Rob Brandt? Who? You guys ain't fucking with Hagler, man. I think James Toney at 160. I think he get Canelo a lot of motherfucking problems. James ain't just hit hard. He wasn't just good with a shoulder roll. He had a chin. You can't hurt this guy, man. I don't see Canelo hurting that guy. I said it before. I'll pick James Toney to beat the shit out of Triple G at 160. The shit. Canelo got a chin. Not sure Hagler gonna stop Canelo, but no. The question is, Arian, who outworks who? Hagler would outwork Canelo, and that's if he don't fucking knock his ass out. But he would outwork him. He would outwork him. I don't have a doubt in my mind, dog. You're not gonna throw as much. You don't. When you having a fight that's going your way, right? That you winning decisively. You don't throw as many punches as Marvin. Marvin is an animal. What does Triple G have to do to beat Canelo in the trilogy? Shoot the judges and then shoot Canelo. And he'll win. I'm not even kidding either. Ring IQ, I agree Hagler beats Canelo. The only guy Hagler loses to, I don't think he loses to Monzon. I don't see that. He was a more dynamic, nuanced fighter than Carlos Monzon. Sorry, I don't see that. Sorry. Wilder versus Sesame. I got my money on Big Bird, Snot Gobbler. Big Bird has a good jab, and he's been getting better. He's been training over there at Big Bear Lake with Abel Sanchez. Sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you can't like that's not even a question to me, dog. Hey, bro, if you brought Hagler over here to these middleweights, like who's gonna beat him, bro? Billy Joe Saunders? Who? What? Who? Yes, I would, JD. Yes, I would. I would say that about his left hand. and the rate at which he threw it, which was very important. That it's always out there. He's always punishing you with it, and he's always setting up something with it. And he always can control the range with it because he's always putting it out there. Oh, my God. Look at this. Guys, look at this. Look at this shit. Ooh, that's a fight. Ooh, we ain't going to get it, though. We ain't going to get it. We don't even deserve it. We're terrible. We're not going to get the boxing gods are not going to give us this fight. Ooh, that's a good fight. We're not going to get it, though. We're not. Yeah, these middleweights are fucking food, dog. They're applesauce for Marvin Hagler, man. They're applesauce. These guys, nah, bro. You crazy? Damn, dog. Who do you pick in a fight like that? Jesus Christ. Light heavyweight division, stacked or stagnant? Stacked. Stacked, in my opinion. It doesn't get the press that the glamour weights do, but a lot of weight classes don't get the press that the glamour weights do. 154 doesn't get it. 168 doesn't get it. 175 doesn't really get it. And cruiserweight doesn't really get it. You know? 130 doesn't get it as much as they should. 126 doesn't either. I mean, it's only really 3 or 4 weight classes that actually get the glamour. Lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, heavyweight. Crawford Hagler. You crazy, bro? Crawford too small for that guy, man. You don't think it's gonna transfer Snot Gobbler? You think he's gonna be too small for the heavyweights? I mean, shit, you know what? You might be right, man. I mean, you might be right, man. That heavyweight hits you one good time, man. It puts you in a different place. You might be right, man. That's what that Chisora fight is for, though, man. That's what that fight is for. The hell did I have the goddamn heat on instead of the air conditioning? I cover light, heavyweight, and cruiserweight like you. Oh yeah. I mean, those are good weight classes, man. They don't get the and they shell out great fights, by the way. They shell out great fights at light heavyweight, but you know, like a lot of other weight classes, unless it's the glamour weights, you might want to talk about it. Why are these dudes putting roadblocks in front of AJ and Fury? Usyk, White, Wilder, Pulev, they need to sit down and wait. Well, it's not that they're putting roadblocks. It's that before it even became about Tyson Fury. Look, understand. Usyk was already the mandatory for the WBO title before Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. Dillian White has been on this path for 3 years, bro. So it's not that they put in roadblocks. It's that you can't keep people waiting. A big part of what created the problem is that Wilder never fought White. If you would have got his ass out of the way a while ago, he wouldn't be a problem today. But you didn't do that. You wanted to fight fucking Luis Ortiz 2 times. It is what it is. I'd pick Sergey in that fight. Prom Sergey Kovalev? I'll take Kovalev over Lamada. I don't know why they'd be fighting, but I'd take Kovalev. He came forward on fucking Garcia, bro. He was alternating with Garcia, but he was coming in on Garcia. Then when Garcia would try to get something going, he'll lay off, walk him into a shot. Came forward on a couple of guys, man. He was coming forward. It was back and forth, though, but he was coming forward on Mavis Breeders, too. It was back and forth, though. Yeah, Wilder got the... Yeah. I mean, Wilder really created this problem because if Wilder would have took care of this guy already, he wouldn't be here today slowing shit down. I agree with that, but it's not going to happen, bro. You know that. That's not going to happen. They're not going to put that on the undercard. It would be dope if they did, because I would honestly be more psyched over Shields versus Ali than another Wilder fight. Rocky Marciano versus Tyson Fury. The fuck? It's an odd match. Yeah, I agree, Bob. I would have enjoyed that. I didn't think that Garcia should have left cruiserweight, but according to Abel Sanchez, he was killing himself to make that weight. That's why he moved up. I think he should have stayed at cruiserweight. I couldn't see a lot of guys beating him. Yeah, Marciano would have been a cruiserweight in this era, man. He wouldn't make it at heavyweight in this era, man. Really, he wouldn't make it at heavyweight after a couple of eras, not just this one. He was good for his time. That's what I always say about him. For his era of boxing, he was good for his time, but he wouldn't make it in postmodern eras of boxing. He's too damn small. And don't give me the Tyson parallel, because Tyson was athletic. Rocky Marciano was not. And slow feet. I'm not gonna call her the fake quote, because that's a term that she made. She made that, so it ain't. If anybody's the quote because that's her phrase, it would be her, because she made it. You can't take her shit and then crown somebody else with it. In the greater scheme of things, I don't have her at number one. I don't think she's there yet. She's getting there, but she ain't there yet. Not off of no damn Ivana Habazin. Fucking Cecilia beat that broad years ago, bro. So how we gonna make you number one for beating her when Cecilia been handled that? And not for nothing, according to Habazin, Cecilia hits harder than Clarissa, if you can believe that. That's what she said. I don't know if she was being petty, but that's what she said. I don't have Lomachenko at number one. That don't make sense. Lomachenko is what, number 6 on my list? He knew he beat more champions than Vasyl Lomachenko. He knew he beat more world champions than Vasyl Lomachenko in the same number of weight classes. Don't make sense to give it to Loma. Not based on how I do my list. That eye test shit don't mean nothing to me. No, she not. You don't know nothing about her resume. For starters, Lucia Riker has a thin resume. Look at the girls that she fought. Like, I like Lucia, but a lot of people say stuff about Lucia and don't know nothing about her career. Holly Holm has a better resume than Lucia Riker. Lucia Riker never fought nobody like Sophie Ann Matisse. She never fought nobody like that. Everybody just says Lucia Riker because they mythify people that they don't know much about. Lucia hit hard, that's what you know, against pedestrian level opponents. That's what we know. A lot of them girls was, bleh. And I have nothing against Lucia. Don't get me wrong, but her resume is thin. That's the problem. That was always the problem. Her resume is thin. I disagree, Snot Gobbler. I don't see it that way. You can't win around just because you have a good chin. Just because you take a good punch, that don't mean you win around. You still getting hit in a scoring area. A lot of them rounds, you taking clean punches to the face, even if you walking through them. You still taking clean punches to the face. And you taking more clean punches to the face than the other girl. So you're not gonna you don't win around just because you got a chin. Ruiz ain't gonna fight no motherfucking Oscar Rivas, man. That doesn't make sense, Arian. Do you even know what weight class Lucia Riker campaigned in? How do you sound saying that? like what? Do you even know what weight class? Like, bro, like, come on now. Like, cut it out, bro. Like, just admit you don't know nothing about Lucia Riker and you don't know nothing about her career. You sound crazy right now. You don't know nothing about Lucia Riker's career. And a 147 pounder is going to knock out a 168 pounder. That's what you're telling me. What's the best win on Lucia Riker's resume? Do you know? It's the best win, the best fighter that she beat. Fury beats Wilder, AJ beats Pulev, Dillian White beats Povetkin. Yeah, that's the order. I believe that Deontay Wilder not. I don't know what's wrong with y'all today, man. Y'all on some other stuff today, man. Anthony Joshua ducked David Price in 2016 to fight Molina. Bro, get out of here, Ahmed. You fucking Tyson Fury fan. You think I don't know that you a Tyson Fury fan, Ahmed? You think we can't tell? You think I can't tell that you a low-key Tyson Fury fanboy? I've known this for years, bro. I knew you was a Tyson Fury fan before you even fucking knew who Tyson Fury was. Clarissa Shields would have beat Jane Couch and all these other girls y'all talking about. Right now, no. JD, right now, no. That fight is too much for her right now. That fight is way too much for her right now. Give her another 2 fights. That fight, I'll tell you right now, if the fight was next, I'll go Maiva. If that fight was next, I'll go Maiva. She need more bring along before she's ready for Maiva. I was rocking Sport Icons. Fury dropped the British title and ran to Ireland to duck Price, Ahmed. Facts. I gotta post that. Gotta post that. I know that Ahmed don't like Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua is a fucking hero, and it's that simple. Anthony Joshua is all this good and green in this world. You understand that shit? You're a better ambassador for the sport. Look at how they handle situations. When Fury owed Vladimir a rematch, what does he do? He retires. When Joshua owes Vladimir a rematch, he waits, gives him his chance to decide. When Fury becomes a unified champion, he throws the belts up in the air. When Joshua becomes a unified champion, he defends them against all comers. And y'all gonna get mad at him for that. I appreciated that, guy. Appreciate that, bro. I think Tyson Fury's a great boxer. I'm not saying he can't box. I'm saying that he has character flaws. He has very obvious character flaws that sometimes make him hard to like. You going to talk down Dillian White, but you could fight Tom Schwartz and Otto Verleen, but you can't fight Dillian White. You can't use the Joshua fight as an excuse. You're not fighting him next, and you probably ain't gonna fight him after next. So you can't use that shit as an excuse. They do sing hymns about Anthony Joshua in my village. Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua, Joshua. Right? You a Fury fanboy, Ahmed. You a Fury fanboy. I already know. I already know. I knew that already. I still think Fury's a great boxer. I think he's a great salesman. I think a lot of positive things about Tyson Fury, but I think some negative ones too. That shit he did with Vladimir was some sucker shit. That was some straight sucker shit. You talking about, oh, they never beat me for my belts. How the fuck could they beat you for your belts? You retired, bro. You like, what the, huh? No, those wouldn't. You never beat me for those belts. Well, how the fuck could I have beat you for those belts? You retired. You decided to sniff coke and get fat. That's supposed to be my fault? I'm supposed to feel bad. We sing hymns about him in my village. Question marks. We do. We sing hymns about him. Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua, fucking hero, man. I think his win over Chisora is better than 95% of wins on Wilder's resume, right? Obviously, the Klitschko win is a bigger win than anything you're going to find on Wilder's resume. Obviously. I think that Otto Verleen is a better win than 75% of wins you'll find on Wilder's resume. It's not that Fury hasn't fought anybody, you understand. It's just that you take the good with the bad. There's pros and there's cons. AJ's a fucking hero, man. Shout out to Anthony Joshua. Look at what he did for British boxing. Tyson Fury didn't do that shit. You know what Tyson Fury did for British boxing? He wins the titles and then retires without defending them. That's what he did for British boxing. That's what he did for British boxing. You go to Dusseldorf, you win the belts, and you don't even bring them back to the UK. You throw them in the air.
I've decided to retire.
Shout out to Otto Verleen. I hope he gets some fights soon. Shout out to Otto Verleen.
You dosser. I've decided to retire. Wilder, you big dosser.
I'm working on my Tyson Fury. It's coming in, but I just got to up my octave a little bit. I got the raspiness. Yeah, he comes back. He decides he's only going to fight in America. He's turning his back on the British boxing fans. And why? Because you're mad that when you said all those inflammatory comments, they fucking grilled you for it. You know what I'm saying? Otto Verleen knows that Anthony Joshua is a mentally strong fighter, dude. They give him a lot of shit because he pulls the broads, because he's a good-looking kid. But he's a mentally strong fighter, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. If I'm completely honest, yes, I do, JD. And I want you to understand this when I say it. I'm not trying to tell you that she doesn't have power. What I am trying to tell you is I don't know how good it is because most of the girls you fought ain't that good. So maybe you hit hard, but maybe it's amplified by the fact that a lot of them girls you fought was no hopers. And none of them girls was really all that hard to hit. The last girl that she fought, Silva, that girl ain't hard to hit. You know what I mean? People done beat that girl. She's a great person, man. Shout out to Anthony Joshua. I know that Anthony Joshua watches the relay. I know this. I know he does. I could feel it. He fucking watches the relay, though. I know it. Give me Shields versus Miller, man. That's what I want to see. Shields versus Raquel Miller. That's what I want to see. That's kind of the feeling that I have, JD. That maybe she has power, but a lot of those girls that you fought, they really weren't that good anyway. So that's making it look like you this monster. You know what I mean? A lot of them girls you fought, any one of these other girls that are out here could have stopped them girls. So, I mean, really. And then you ho-hopping in weight. You always ho-hopping in weight to fight smaller girls. When you went up to 40, it wasn't no reason to drop down to 115. What kind of goofy shit is that? If you signed a contract to fight Katie Taylor, who fights at 130, and your last fight was at 140, why the fuck are you going down to 115 pounds? That don't even make sense. Ooh, Savannah Marshall. I love that girl. Oh, God, I love that girl. She's straightening her teeth to take the gap out. I actually like the gap. That shit is mad attractive. But she, she doing what she got to do. I love that girl, though. I love what Peter Fury's doing with that girl. I swear to God. I love what he's doing with that girl. She looks sensational, dog. She's going to be a problem. A big problem. Anybody 168, 160, she's going to be a problem, bro. Except she has more power, Nick. That's the other thing. Savannah heavy-handed, man. She really be going and hurting them girls. It's all right, Riddy, and that's what this channel's for, bro. It's all right. You don't have to. It's what this channel's for. It's all right, Snot Gobbler. That's what this channel's for. I swear, yo, let me tell you something, bro. My spider sense telling me that he watched him and Eddie Hearn watched the relay, bro. Him and Eddie Hearn, I swear to, I know it. They just don't want to admit it. It's a lot of people watching this channel and they don't want to admit it. I know you're out there. I know you can hear me. Wilder ain't the face of boxing, bro. You better cut that shit out. I'll give you this, Arian. Shields is faster, but Shields is only faster on the inside. That's it. Clarissa has to get close to you for that speed to even come into it. As far as wingspan, Savannah's got to beat. Height, Savannah's got to beat. Punching power, yes, Savannah's got to beat. That's a great fight, man. It's a great fight. And remember, Savannah Marshall's ambidextrous. She could fight orthodox and she could fight southpaw. God, I love that goddamn girl. Her and Chantel Cameron. I know y'all watch the relay. Y'all don't want to admit it, but I know y'all watch it. I appreciate that. I know they watch it, Sporting Icons. I know they do. They're just not going to say it. They're not going to say it, but I know they watch it, though. The shit they be saying sound too goddamn similar to the shit I be saying. It's too similar. Yeah, Peter Fury's actually a really good coach. I agree. Give him cautious out. Well, don't you think? I got to give my Coogan Cassius. I was working on my Tony Bellew until he retired. If he wouldn't have retired, my Tony Bellew would have been on point right by now. He got a. He's like he got his accent is weird, bro. Like it's hard to do it. Tyson Fury's is easier.
And I'm the lineal heavyweight champion.
It's easier because all you got to do is get your raspy on, and you got to talk a little quick.
You big dosa.
You could manage it. Yo, listen, Mohammed, I'm gonna tell you who. All right, in all fairness, I'm gonna tell you who I think watches the relay. I'm not even joking. I think Eddie Hearn watches it. I think Anthony Joshua watches it. I think Terrence Crawford watches it. I do. I honestly believe that dude watches the relay. I think that it's a couple of PBC guys that watch it. I swear to God. I swear. Yo, Eddie's impressions is on point, man. Yeah, bro. Like Bellew's accent it's hard to do his accent, man. It's something about the way that they say their O's. It's hard to do it. I'm gonna get it, Chaz. Don't worry. I'm gonna get it. I got the raspy part down. I just gotta raise my octave a little bit, and the last thing I would have to work on is how I conjugate. But conjugating is the easy part because all you got to do is just listen to him talk to figure out how he conjugates. It's the pitch and the octave that's more difficult than conjugating. I'm telling you, I swear to God, snot gobbler. It's little things that I be noticing, and I'm like, yo, that's the same shit that I just said. That I hear an interview or something, or I'll read an article, and I'm like, hold up, that's the same shit I just said. It's like words and shit. Is it kind of like Alan? Is it kind of like how Jazzer Dickens becomes Jazza Dickens? Because his name is Jazzer Dickens, but it's pronounced Jazza Dickens. I mean, I understand him a little. Yeah, man, that Tony Bellew, that's a tough accent, man. That's a real tough accent. Like Anthony Joshua's accent is easy. You know what I mean? All you got to do is say, you know what I mean. Oh, that's Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Would you say that Americans are warming to Hearn now that they see pay-per-view prices failing? Yep. As soon as they love to hate you, eventually they're going to love you. But first they're going to hate you. So he's already going through that. Shout out to Sport Nikons, man. Woo! How does it feel to know these guys are using your content in their questions? That means that I have met my goal, because that was my goal. My goal was to make people aware of certain things so that they would ask questions. That's my goal. So if people are asking those questions when they have the opportunity, then I've met my goal. The next goal that I have is to normalize the conversation for women's boxing, that it should not be obscure, that you don't know this person and don't know that person. My goal is to normalize the conversation so that people know who these fighters are, so that they could get more opportunities. That's my next goal. Scouse is a hard accent, man. It really is. I was before he retired. I was working on it for 2 years to no avail. Yo, man. Oh shit. Oh, I don't think so, Alan. I don't think so. I give it another year, maybe 2. Because so far in the 3 years that I've been discussing it, I've been discussing it for about 3 years, and it has become more normalized, where it's not just me that knows who some of these people are. It's not just me. Like, no, it's a lot of people that are starting to know who they are. Terry Harper has a solid fan base, man. Oh, the Fury fans thumbs down. I dig it. It's all right, Fury fans. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's a video on the way, coming shortly. Always a pleasure.